Hey everybody, Dr. Dan here. Hey, just wanted to go ahead and shoot a quick video to continue on with our video series for this month. If you guys remember, we are doing an entire month dedicated to kids, okay? So the whole month is going to be talking to you guys about why it is that kids get checked of all ages, from infancy through their teen years, different things that they come in for, and just kind of walk you guys through that. I think one of the most common questions we get is, why would a child get checked? Like, why would I bring my child here? And there's a whole host of reasons why people bring their kids into the office. But I think the easiest place to start, honestly, is just as a kind of like a reminder of why anybody of any age, whether they're a newborn or they're 100 years old, why anybody would get checked by a chiropractor. Kind of start there, and then we'll go from there throughout the month. So just to remind you, the whole point, the whole purpose of getting checked by a chiropractor is to make sure that, number one, the spine is in its proper alignment, okay? And more importantly than even being in its proper alignment is that there's no pressure on the nerves and the nervous system. If you have been a patient in this office, or even if you haven't, hopefully you've heard this before, just remember that the whole entire point of chiropractic is making sure that the brain and the body are communicating at 100%, okay? The way that the body does that is the brain sits on top and it literally sends signals over top of the spine. So it sends signals down the spine, and then from there those signals go out to all of the different parts of the body over top of the nerves and the nervous system. So the entire point of getting your spine checked, whether it's your first time in the office or whether it's your 100th time in the office, the entire point is to make sure that there is no pressure on the nerves and the nervous system, okay? So why would a kid get checked? Because a kid, no matter what their age, has a spine and has a nervous system. The most common way for these bones to get misaligned and to put pressure onto the nerves is through simple day-to-day traumas and stresses, okay? A lot of times we'll get the question, well, why would we check a newborn? Well, quite honestly, one of the most stressful times, one of the most traumatic times in anybody's life is through the process of birth. So a child coming through the birth canal, or if there had to be a C-section coming out through an incision, any of those things can cause the bones in the spine to misalign. When they misalign, they begin to exert pressure onto the nerves and the nervous system, and that starts to take the baby or the child's function away from 100%. And as a result of that, then life can't be 100%, and they start to experience, it could be a whole host of different things. And even sometimes it's silent for many, many years, okay? Behind me, I have a picture of a couple of x-rays of a couple of children that we recently started in the office. If you look at these films, this child was under the age of 10, came in. Mom wanted them to get checked. They were having several different issues, like symptomatically, like health issues. And so we took x-rays of the spine, and as you can see right here, we have quite a curvature to the spine throughout the lumbar and the thoracic area. This was totally unknown to the parents, okay? This was unknown to the child. So, just going and looking and finding out, hey, could these spinal misalignments be contributing to the child's health issue? In this case, yes, they were. And then the same thing from the lateral view. When we take pictures of adults, a lot of times we'll see shift of the cervical spine. That shift in the cervical spine puts a ton of pressure and a ton of stress on the nerves and the nervous system right as they exit out of the brain and go out to the body. Truth of the matter is that same exact misalignment can happen in a child of any age. Think back to whenever you were a kid. Everybody learns to crawl, learns to walk, learns to ride a bicycle, play sports. All of those things, all of those small traumas can add up on top of each other and make it look just like somebody that was in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, or 60s. It just happened much earlier in life, okay? So the earlier that we know that these things are going on in a child, the better it is. The easier it is to correct, the easier it is for their bodies to recover, the easier it is for their bodies to heal up and get them back to 100%. We always say, why wait until there's a huge problem? Why not attack it and go after it right whenever it becomes a problem, so that you don't have to wait, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 decades worth of, less than 100% life in order to get something taken care of or get it analyzed. So I hope that's helpful. Again, just the whole point of this is just making sure that a child's nervous system, just like an adult's, a child's nervous system is working at 100%, that there are no gross misalignments of the spine, that there is no pressure being exerted onto the nerves. Anything that can take their bodies away from 100% function, we want to do our best to try to remove so that their bodies can develop and heal and get back to 100% just the way that we want them to be. So we love and appreciate you. I really hope that that was helpful. Please send us emails, call us, drop comments on this video. We will answer any questions in more detail if we need to. We love and appreciate you. Thanks, guys.